New Zealand is a country that has something for everyone. From its rugged, natural beauty to its vibrant cities, there is much to explore in this corner of the world. And with a population of just over 4 million people, it's the perfect size for those who want to avoid the hustle and bustle of a big city. One of the best things about New Zealand is its friendly locals. In fact, it's been ranked as one of the safest countries in the world. So, if you're looking for a place to call home that will offer you peace of mind as well as plenty of opportunities for adventure, New Zealand should definitely be at the top of your list. New Zealand is known as the land of the long white cloud. The Kiwi nation has long, white beaches, mountains, and clouds, and there are important things to know, such as things like slang, sheep, and hobbits. Below are the top 5 things you should keep in mind when relocating to New Zealand. 1. There are not many people. If you're the type of person who enjoys their own company, or simply doesn't like feeling crowded, then New Zealand is the perfect place for you. With a population of only around 4.8 million people spread out over 20,000 square kilometers, you'll never feel like you're on top of each other. And with over 86% of Kiwis living in urban areas, the countryside is often quite empty and peaceful. Some people might see this as lonely, but for others it's a refreshing change from the hustle and bustle of city life. So if you're looking for some peace and quiet, New Zealand is definitely the place for you. 2. Lots of sheep. New Zealand is well known for its sheep. In fact, there are more sheep in New Zealand than there are people. The total number of sheep in New Zealand is nearly 30 million, which is about 6 times the number of people. Sheep are known for their wool, and New Zealand produces some of the finest wool in the world. In addition to their wool, sheep also provide meat and milk. Sheep farming is a major industry in New Zealand, and the country exports sheep products all over the world. While some people may view sheep as pests, they are an essential part of New Zealand's economy and culture. 3. A special accent. If you're thinking of moving to New Zealand, you might want to brush up on your Kiwi accent. While the accent may sound similar to Australian or South African English, there are some key differences that can trip up newcomers. For starters, the Kiwi accent tends to flatten out vowel sounds. This means that an I will often sound more like a, so fish and chips would become fush and chups. Meanwhile, an E will often sound more like an I, which can lead to confusion when words like bed and bid are spoken. With a little practice, however, you'll be speaking like a native in no time. 4. Special slang. As anyone who has ever lived in a foreign country knows, learning the local language is essential for getting by. However, you may be surprised to learn that you don't need to learn a new language to live in New Zealand. While it's true that there are a lot of strange words and phrases flying around, most Kiwis are more than happy to speak English with visitors. That being said, there are a few key phrases that you might want to learn before your trip. For instance, cling film is known as glad wrap in New Zealand, and flip-flops are called jandals. A cool box is known as a chili bin, and the middle of nowhere is referred to as the back of beyond. Knowing some of these key phrases will help you fit right in with the locals during your stay. 5. Not a long human history. For centuries, it was assumed that the entire world had been discovered and explored. Then, in the late 18th century, a group of East Polynesians set out on a canoe trip and stumbled upon 2 large islands full of defenseless birds. This unexpected discovery proved that there were still unexplored parts of the world, and it was an exciting moment for the human race. Since then, many more parts of the globe have been found and explored, but the initial discovery of New Zealand remains one of the most fascinating and significant moments in history. Well folks, that's our list of the top 5 things to keep in mind before moving to New Zealand. Which thing are you most interested by? Let us know by dropping us a note in the comments. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. See you in the next one. Until then.